What it do, what it do? I think it's track number 8, 9. I always know it's after that song. Like, you listen to a CD so much when there's a song playing and you can already almost predict what the next song is going to be. But yeah, man, nah, man. Shout out to everybody in attendance. Y'all know exactly what time it is, man. Yeah, man, we finna have an outstanding episode, man. We're gonna put game down on the ground for the ones that want to receive it. We're gonna deal with the Keishas the way that they're supposed to be dealt with, man. But you see, we do it in a magnificent way. In a way to where all they want to do is watch you. You know what I'm saying? They could be doing anything else. They don't even watch the things that go on and go in front of them or near them in the proximity of their daily lives, but they pay attention to content creators each and every single day, all in the name of cope. What's good, Asa? You know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? We finna have a great episode. We finna have a great conversation, homie. You see, each and every single day, it's always about elevation, What you have to understand is you have your own path. And when you realize that you have your own path, you stop allowing the distractions on the left and right to dictate where you're going to go. Because a lot of people will have you going on many different roads that you should never even went along, all in the name of trying to make you feel like you're missing out. And whenever you feel like you're missing out, you often replace your grind with distractions in a way in which it's like it's not even you, and you end up losing yourself. Good morning, what's good? Yeah, man, shout out to everybody in the building, all the supporters, all the moderators, even the Keishas, man. You see, one thing about this game is it's global and everybody listens to it. Even the ones that claim that they don't like it, they continuously tune in, you know what I'm saying? They won't tune out because they understand that everything that I say is completely all based off of genuine energy and my words of very learning in my presence, obviously. So, we're coming towards the conclusive part of the week, at least, not the weekend, but the week has almost ended. And a lot of you have been in the same spot because you had these unrealistic expectations for your year based off of no pattern of you doing so. You haven't upheld anything that you ever said you're going to do consistently. You might have done great for one day or even two, but guess what? That's only a few. You're not able to endure, right? So a lot of you in December were like, yeah, man, next year I don't care. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And it's like, you're all of a sudden, get this Keisha up out of here, man. Ain't nobody worried about what you're typing and writing. Yeah, you're literally talking to yourself. Projection is absolutely hilarious because look what you just said. Yeah, you're talking to yourself. Out of my chat. Moderators, I would like to tell you if I have any newer mods, if I snap, that immediately means the most recent comment that persists of anything Keisha, just get it up out of here, man, because they just be trying to cause distractions. They ain't talking about nothing. They're content, and that's the reason why they ain't got no content. So go to the back of the classroom, little buddy. But yeah, man, we just sit around and a lot of people say they're going to do something when they don't even have the discipline to do it. So whenever they feel tired, whenever they don't feel necessarily well, whenever they feel like not real, recognize real, exactly. And that's the reason why I don't recognize most people in the chat. But, they're saying that they're going to do this, but they don't have a history of doing it, you see. And then they want the people around them not to ever correct them when they're wrong. If you can only sit around and hype each other up, but never bring each other down whenever you're doing something you're not supposed to, those aren't really your people. You know what I'm saying? People want friend groups where it's like, not even where there can't be disagreements, because there's going to be disagreements with anyone you're around, but they want no criticism. It's like they want to be able to say something, not do that very same thing, and then just get away with it. No, when you have real people in your life, they're going to be able to identify the hypocrisies in your actions opposed to your words. Yeah, for real. Sylvia, I like your name the way it's spelled. That's unique. But you know what I'm saying? They going to be sitting around and they going to be trying to identify the hypocrisy in your actions opposed to your words. And get this Keisha up out of here, man. Yeah, we sitting around and we giving good game, and all of a sudden you want to bring up something I wasn't even talking about. Now I completely support that, but yeah, you came in here and tried to get attention. You walked into the classroom, best definition of tardy to the party, and you think out of nowhere you could just say, hey man, follow. Guess what? Yeah, my moderators follow suit with what they supposed to do. Out the chat, man. Love the game you give. I appreciate it. And look, make sure each and every single one of you send me a message right now on TikTok, because as soon as this episode's over, I'll be sending everybody my Snapchat. That is the best way to talk to me, knowing I'm going live next, and to stay up to date with the content. And to all my musical supporters, I am finalizing the next metaverse, so we'll be coming out relatively soon. But make sure you all double tap the screen. And I guess now's a great time. Where's everybody from? Put it down there below. We're going to do a quick roll call, because a lot of Keishas get mad because we're global. This message is being heard all over the earth. They can't even be heard by their parents. They don't even hear themselves. So that's the reason why they get mad when we're heard everywhere. Los Angeles, New Jersey, Fresno, Cali, Philadelphia, Oklahoma, Kentucky. Yeah. Houston, H-Town in the building. Hey, Asa, remind me of what you wanted me to talk about, by the way. I would like to touch on that. I don't know where that is, so I'm not going to say that because I feel like that might be cap. North Carolina in the building. You see, homie, shout out to Movie for the 7 Roses. Greensville, Mississippi. Man, look, man, we got people listening to us all across the nation. So a lot of people will tell you what you aren't when your impact is actually reaching. See, this is the reason why you have to look at your analytics, because it will tell you who is viewing your content. Well, you might say, well, everybody that views me doesn't like this and doesn't comment on that. Get that up out of here. You don't talk to anybody in my chat without talking to me first. Out. Get that up out of here too. That's not the way to initiate a conversation as a guy to another guy. Don't say hi. Yeah, get that up out of there too. But anyways, you know, a lot of you don't realize your impact because you're going off the analytics in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Florida. You know what it is, man. People are sitting back and they're thinking, well, this person didn't like, this person didn't comment. Understand that a lot of people watch you, but they're not going to show their support. Their eyes in and of itself is support, and it's confirmation that what you're doing is on the right path. A lot of people are expecting to get pats on the back from the very same people that will stab them in the back. So whenever you understand that you are your best supporter, you don't worry about who is present or who is absent. Now, you're very, very aware, but you're not dependent upon it, because people come and go for whatever reason they would like to come and go. And whenever they choose to come, you have to understand, based upon how they came to you, how are you going to maneuver this situation? Because if someone was higher on your priority list and then they showed you exactly why they shouldn't be, it doesn't mean you have to speak down on them, because we've all had inconsistent moments. But now you have not ever to give them the same position in your life, because they have shown you what they will do whenever they're put under pressure. A lot of people, it seems like you have the perfect relationships, you have the perfect friendships until things go left, and then all of a sudden they've left. It seems like you have the perfect relationships till there's false narratives being put out about you, till there's money disagreements, to whatever the case may be. Oh, get that up out of here, man. If you're going to talk about Jesus, you got to capitalize it. Yeah, you ain't going to capitalize off that comment disrespecting. Nah, man, out of my chat. But a lot of y'all don't even realize, homie, you got to pay attention. You see, a lot of you are governed by the so-called validity of words. Homie, them words ain't even telling you the truth, because guess what? The actions go the opposite way. If you tell me you're really good at going right, but I see you going left all the time, guess what, homie? You're lying. So we have to be more aware of what's in front of us, regardless of what somebody else says. Because let me tell you something. The game of telephone, the truth gets bent more and more and more and more, right? And you have to understand, what are those people doing on the telephone? They're gossiping. So you can't be looking for actual facts from someone who gossips, homie. Because a lot of y'all sit back and say, well, man, this and man, that. Well, guess what? I say this and I say that all the time. Get that up out of here. I didn't ask what you spread. But people will sit around and they'll confide in you about others. They'll speak negatively about them for whatever reason. And you're sitting around feeling like you're getting close to this person because now you have access on the tea. But let me just tell you, if someone gossips to you about someone else, they will gossip about you to someone else. If someone gossips to you about someone, whenever things are no longer right with you two, you will now be the topic of conversation. So this is the reason why I say, homie, I remove myself immediately whenever people want to be messy, because this ain't soccer. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Ronaldo. Yeah, I just smile for the camera and wave. You know what I'm saying? Get that up out of here. So that's the reason why you just got to sit back and say, man, look, if they talking down on somebody they used to be cool with, we ain't cool no more. I don't know that side. I don't even know the middle side. But all I do know is, look, that was supposed to be confidential. You see, when you become an adult, you can go your separate ways without talking down on each other. You see, you don't have to uplift yourself by talking down on others. If someone does me a certain way that I really don't rock with, guess what? I'm not rolling with you no more. But I'm not going to sit around, man, this and man, that. Because guess what, homie? Everybody coming out way later complaining about things, it's like, it's not even valid to me, because whenever it was going on, there was no problem. Oh, so now that you don't get the outcome you want, you're expecting some income. I get it. So I sit back and I say to myself, what is the motive? What was the intention? And who is this person? Because whenever the mask slips, a lot of people pretend to visibly recognize what is right in front of them, because they want to be living in the illusion of what they thought this person was, when it has now been shown what they are, right? So that's the reason why I sit back and I say to myself, man, I stand on what I stand on, homie. When you out there winning, it be people that say, man, they proud of you, that really are disappointed with you. When you out there winning, it be people that say that they are proud of you that are really disappointed. When they tell you that they are proud of you, they really want to be down. They want you to say, man, you've been proud of me, man. You've been supporting me, even though you didn't actively support me. So all of a sudden, what's up, Stephanie? So now you deserve this and now you deserve that. Homie, let me tell you something. If you're a content creator, whatever your content is, you might post pictures of dogs. You might do dancing videos. You might do food testing reactions, whatever the case may be. The people that find your content appreciate the ones that support you, even the haters, because they talk about you more. But understand one thing. You must be you regardless of who supports or doesn't, and they are entitled to nothing. What I tell people all the time, It's, homie, you found me, I ain't find you. I just pressed the button and a lot of people came to my show. So people be like, well, man, we deserve this and we... Nah, homie, you don't deserve nothing. No, homie. Your platform is your platform. You see, we're living in a day and an age where people want to sit down with academics. They want to sit down with Joe Rogan. They want to sit down with all these different podcasts to use someone else's platform to talk. What about building your own platform? Yeah, no. You know the reason why they want to use these other platforms? Because they know that the host is going to ask them questions about somebody else. And you see, when someone's not on a life path to where they're evolving themselves, the only thing they can do is talk about somebody else. Get that up out of here. I know what you're talking about. When you're doing what you do, oh, here come the Keisha train. All aboard. Here come the Keisha train, man. But y'all hear what I say? And get that up out of here, man. Yeah, man. Get that up out of here, man. Yeah. Here it come. Everybody double tap the screen while the Keisha train come by. And say, man, make sure each and every single one of you send me a message right now on TikTok, because as soon as this episode's over, I'll be sending everybody my snap. Yeah, all you Keishas got to listen to the train as it passes by. I know some of y'all saying, man, can you stop? Man, I don't want to hear it. You're still watching. Yeah, some of y'all are literally grabbing your other hand and trying so hard not to press the leave button. You can't leave even if you wanted to. You're watching. You're obsessed. I feel like Mariah Carey. Why are you so obsessed with me? I really wanna... Yeah, man, so listen, homie, you got to be able to block out the noise. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know this. What don't they know? I'll tell you right now. A lot of people do not understand that silence is the loudest sound that they never actually heard, because they always need noise. Whether it's music, whether it's ambience, whether it's a conversation, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a sporting event, they don't actually go within and reflect upon themselves to actually know what they want to do, right? Get that up out of here. You got to capitalize the K and king out. But this is the reason why I sit back and I say, man, individuals that don't know themselves, how you know about everybody else. You see, if you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself, you're not going to be able to have a healthy relationship with anybody else. Now, if you live in delusion world, get that up out of here. I don't know who Jesus is. But if you live in delusion world where you have all these problems and all of a sudden you try to make it seem like you're comfortable. No, you're not comfortable with it. You are coping. You, instead of improving your weaknesses and developing them into strengths, you are settling. And anytime you are settling, you are not aware of your own value. Yeah, no, man. Anytime you're settling for less, you're not aware of your value, homie. Right? Y'all don't go out to eat by yourselves. Y'all won't go buy new outfits by yourselves unless you got a shopping partner. Y'all won't go to the coffee shop by yourself. No. Y'all will go walk at a park by yourself. A lot of you can't even go to the gym unless you got a gym partner. You see, we're living in a world where people feel like they got to be with everybody else but themselves. They don't work on their hygiene. A lot of these guys be like, yeah, man, I deserve this and I deserve that. First of all, you don't even understand the very basics about a vehicle. You're settling at your job. You're not looking to, go up higher up. You don't have knowledge of anything that's going on in your own city, let alone the world. But you know everything about these rappers, homie. I didn't ask what you do. Get that up out of here. If you do it, you shouldn't have to tell me. That's how I know you don't do it. You see, anytime I'm talking to y'all and you reply to me, hey, that means what I'm saying is hitting somewhere. Get that up out of here. Whenever I'm talking to y'all and you reply to me, that shows me that you just validated exactly what I'm saying. You see, man, I sit back and I say to myself, get that comment up out of my chat. I sit back and I say to myself, man, I realize one thing. All you got to do is speak real game, homie. And when you speak real game, the Keishas are going to come from the left. They're going to come from the right. They're going to come from many different directions. And guess what? They mad at you because they're really mad at themselves. If you didn't say anything personal on a public platform, why are they bothered by it? I'm telling you, man, when you agreed, right? Whenever the shoe fits, man, they can't help but put it on, homie. Whenever the shoe fits, they can't even stop themselves. They will take whatever option, even if it's just one shoe on the display. Whenever you're going to Journeys and you're trying to, try on some shoes. But, Asa, I'm getting ready to wrap this episode up soon. So would you like to put your topic down so I could briefly elaborate on it? And make sure each and every single one of you send me a message right now on TikTok, because as soon as this episode's over, I will be sending everybody my Snapchat. That's the best way to talk to me. Know when I'm going live next and to stay up to date with the content. A walking message. Yeah, you know what it is, Colin. We just giving good game. Right now I'm dialing the phone number to the ones that want to receive it. And I'm calling. Do you hear me calling? And if you pick up the phone, I'm going to be able to apply you and supply you with some game. You know what I'm saying? Get the last two comments up out of the chat. Dreams versus goals. Where to draw the line. Okay, so Asa. there's a lot of variables when it comes to your dreams, because you're going to have things and responsibilities that you have to tend to. A lot of people, they watch motivational videos and they hear about successors that have become great, but what they don't understand is it was a grind. So you hear this inspirational music behind a speech that sounds very prolific, and all of a sudden you think you can replicate it. You see, we can dream big, but we have to operate within reality realms, right? You want to become something great. Well, whatever your dream is, you're not going to be able to achieve it with the plan. And what you have to understand is everything is not going to go according to plan, but the outcome is what's going to eventually provide you with income. You have to be consistent. You're going to lose a lot along your journey in whatever it is you're trying to do. So if you're working at McDonald's, you're working at McDonald's until you can eventually work where you want to work. You're working at Walmart. You're doing whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? In order for you to be able to thrive. And get them quiches about in my comment section. I don't want to see more than 7 words in a sentence. That's too much typing. If you want to go do an essay, go work for a blog and put out a new post about something that's going on in the news. Out. But anyways, back to what I was saying. You have to have a plan to understand where you need to go. But whenever you make a plan based off of your dreams, don't put people in it, because people come for seasonal reasons. So what you have to understand is they're going to come and they're going to go, but you can't lose yourself. You're going to learn a lot of things, right? You might think it's going to go this way and that way, and you'll find yourself veering off, going a little bit this way, right? And what will happen is you're going to go through a lot of pain, but through that pain, you're going to grow, and you're going to, like, this is my thing, right? Whenever people go to the gym, the first day after, they're extremely sore. They feel like they've gotten immensely stronger. But the more that you go to the gym consistently, what you're going to realize is those gains do not become as noticeable, because it's a little bit of progress over a large period of time, homie. 100, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, I don't mind the ladies coming up in the chat and putting a lot of emojis and doing all that. I appreciate that. But whenever I see guys sitting around at nearly 4 o'clock in the morning, sending me heart emojis and trying to get my attention by writing paragraphs, I don't want to see that. So moderators, if the ladies are putting emojis and commenting over and over again, let them do that. I love that. You see, I know there's a lot of guys nowadays that they act like they're more into the guys nowadays the way that they're mad at women. I'm not mad at women for being women. I like the presence and the essence of a woman up in the chat. I keep it real. I'm not pretending. I'm not trying to be nice. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just being who I am. You see, they appreciate the game more than these guys, because these guys be on that extra sassy, envious, and jealous wave. I don't know what they got going on. But what I'm telling you basically, Asa, is you have to have a plan. You can dream, bro. You can accomplish whatever you put your grind to, not just your mind. It already starts in your mind if you have the dream, but you have to apply yourself. But you cannot allow your dream to have an end that is someone else's life. You have your own path. You know where you want to go, and if you're not where you want to be, you can always go farther by working harder. Sometimes you have to get a little bit less sleep. Sometimes you have to talk a little bit less to people that you used to talk so much to. Sometimes you're going to have to relocate, homie. And sometimes you're going to have to look in the mirror and realize you're the problem, man. You see, you got to have an accountability partner. Each and every single day, we fall short of the glory of God. You can swear you're not going to do something tomorrow and end up doing it. But guess what, homie? The more and more that you callous your mind and you become disappointed with yourself, now you have a reason to work on working. That way you can be proud of yourself. Because eventually you're going to be sick of being sick and tired. And she needed to hear this. Ray speaking facts. Strive by making ourselves uncomfortable. It all comes down to your relationship with pain. You know, there are extreme types of pain, but the pain that's going to make you grow. Are you willing to have a symbiotic relationship? Don't allow it just to be parasitic, to where it's just feeding off of you and it's taking everything from you. You're not going to be happy all the time. You cannot only perform when you feel like doing it. You must do it. So you got to know what you want to do. Not what your parents are telling you to do, not what your significant others telling you to do, not what your friends telling you to do, because they will tell you all these ideas, but they don't put in the work ethic. They don't go through all the time and the losses. They don't go through all that. All they do is spectate. You cannot allow spectators to tell you how to perform. You cannot allow spectators to tell you how to do something, homie. All they're doing is watching. You can sit back and you can watch a movie and you can critique it as much as you want. It's easy to talk about what's wrong when don't nobody look at you. It's easy to talk about what's wrong when you feel like you're righteous. You see, it's easy to talk about someone else's front yard when we don't get to see your backyard. So this is the reason why I sit back and I say to myself, man, criticism, I never even pay attention to it, because there's a lot of hypocrisy. The same things that they complain about and the same things that they frown and look down upon on, they look up. It's like a lot of these guys, they sit back and say, man, well, girls are all over OF and they're doing this and doing that. But guess what? your search history, you're looking up videos of it so you can watch it. You can't even get you can't even get the hot dog up no more because you're constantly watching it over and over again. I tell the ladies all the time nowadays, whenever you get with a guy, don't worry about looking at his text and going through his phone. If you happen to see that search history, you're going to know right then and there if you need to be talking or blocking that guy. Yeah. You're going to know right then and there if you need to be talking or blocking that guy, homie. You see, we're living in a day and an age where convenience is inconvenient. The fact that you can call a number and you can get your tire changed, it robs guys of actually having that experience of getting under that car and dealing with discomfort and unreasonable weather, but understanding that you got to change that tire in order to continue to go forward. Everybody can call someone else now. Call me when you want, call me when you need. They got that little Nas X energy. But listen, homie, you got to be self-sufficient, because anything you can't do and you depend on somebody else to do, you are always going to be theirs. It's like they own you because they can do something you can't. You don't want that, homie. Self-sufficiency is key. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking the truth and I'm giving good game. I'm not going to get 1 million likes, clicks, and views, but I'm not moved by that. Yeah, I give the game to who I give it to, and whoever pick it up, pick it up. And one thing about content, y'all might be getting 1 view. You might get no views, right? But understand this, content is timeless. We're living in a day and age of the internet, homie. What they're watching right now, they'll be able to watch for decades, homie. For decades, homie. Some of the greatest content creators that I know of, they were making videos to nobody. Look at Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, homie, a lot of people get mad because of all the good he does for people. Isn't that ironic? But literally back then, he would have these outlandish goals within his video, and people weren't watching, but he accomplished his dreams, not because he said he would do it, but because he put in the work ethic to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes down to this. Just do it, man. So with that being said, man, make sure each and every single one of you message me so I can send all of you my Snapchat. That's the best way to talk to me. Know when I'm going live and stay up to date with the content. This was an amazing episode. Thank you all so much. And Asa, I hope that was refreshing to your mind. I hope that it was clear and concise, and everything like that. Just understand that advice is like coffee. Advice is like coffee. It comes and it goes. So if you don't continuously have that coffee, your energy is not going to be up. So that advice that I gave you, you got to reestablish it each and every single day. You got to remember it. Write it down somewhere, homie. A lot of people don't keep note of the things that they want to do, and that's the reason why it don't get done. It's like the artist to artist reality, where you got one artist saying let's collab, you got another artist saying let's collab, and they don't even work together, and 5 years later they're still sitting back saying, get that Keisha out of here. You can't pretend to be a Keisha all the time and then all of a sudden be a supporter. Out of my chat. But they go from, saying we want to do it to never even doing it. Man, just do it, man. Quit talking about it and do it. And if you ain't gonna do it, don't say it. So with that being said, man, hey man, I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.